Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Zach. I'm recording some Pokemon Unite. This is really just commentary, like a pseudo podcast style video, so if you're not into those sort of things, don't have to watch this one. But I thought I would give my thoughts on the current meta, how it's unfolding, and I just have some gameplay here in the background, so you have something to watch if you would rather watch than listen to this. So, you saw the new patch, you saw the patch notes, you saw what got buffed, you saw what got nerfed. You want to know, though, what is good, what is pickable, what is ban-worthy? I got good news for you. A lot of the bans are still ban-worthy, and anything that wasn't nerfed is still on the table, really. So, Ho-Oh, really top-tier defender. Your runner-ups are Umbreon and Trevenant. I think all the others are pretty much around the same tier at this point. Snorlax is actually a lot better now. Blastoise is a little better. Amazon's a little worse. And the bad defenders are still bad. I mean, that's just always true, right? I mean, as much as I enjoy my Goodra, I enjoy my Greetings, they are pretty buns when it comes to actually being good Pokemon in good cases. Compared to something like Ho-Oh. What else? So, stuff that was good last patch is still good. New stuff though, we gotta talk Darkrai. And you can see we've got a real gamer here, Gravestone33. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, buddy. You and I are gonna be friends in this game. Because he knew to ban the broken Pokemon. Folks, they did it again, they did what they always do. They brought us a new Pokemon. They said, pay up, chumps. No way to get in here without a freaking $20 gift card. And then they made him oh so broken. So if you wanna own this broken guy right now and spend all your money doing that, that's your prerogative. You'll have a very strong Pokemon until they nerf it, which will probably be like, same with Ho, in like 2 months. Well, in a month, and then they'll like nerf it again in another month because it's still good, sort of thing. But, Ho is stuck around. Ho, I think, is still one of the best Pokemon in the game. Definitely a ban as well. Other bans to keep in mind is stuff that was strong last time that wasn't touched. Stuff that was like fringe cases, because last patch I felt like there were 4 big bans, right? You banned Charizard, you banned Ho-Oh, and then you banned both the Charcadet evolutions, the Ceruledge and the Armarouge. But these days, these numbers are sort of different now, and so I think the Ceruledge is still a decent ban. I think Ho is a great ban. I think Darkrai's a great ban. Excuse me. And then you can sort of take a meta pick if you have 4th ban, or if you don't really want to ban any the other things. If you're seeing a lot of Meowscarada on a certain day, or a lot of Venusaur, Venusaur gets picked a lot, and especially on like lower ladder. And then definitely ban stuff like that. But in any case, I am going to be focusing a little more on the game as I play, but I'll still try to talk meta thoughts. What else? Elephant in the room, right, Darkrai. Like I said, this Pokemon's broken. Basically, it's like what Gengar always should have been. It's just like really, really high damage burst in close range from a special nuker. It's really cool. He's actually like a really cool Pokemon from everything I've seen, but he's just incredibly powerful. Like, he's gonna need to be nerfed, that's as much as obvious already. At least that's my opinion. And I could just be a noob, but I tend to think that these things unfold in a certain way if you observe them well enough, and I feel like I've been around the block enough times to see how this stuff goes out. Ooh, I thought I would get that. But in any case, my friend's dying, I can't help him out. Can't help a dying man. Reps. Don't worry, I can score his soul. The soul of my friend who died earlier. Delicious souls. They think they're gonna get me. They're not. Oh, they are. This is, okay, so other meta things. Attackers. What attackers you want to pick? Pikachu is still broken as fuck. Sylveon's really good. All the Eevees are always decent, at least. Venusaur is actually not so bad. Ninetales they buffed is actually pretty decent now. I don't think it's good, but it's like maybe like the least good attacker, if that makes sense. Like, you can pick it, and it's not bad. It's certainly better than it was before, but it's just not as impressive as something like Sylveon or Pikachu. Pikachu's just the king right now because he has really good flexibility. Both the builds are really solid, whether you're going for the Gyro Ball Volt Tackle build or for the Thunderbolt build, which gives you a lot more ranged burst damage to just nuke people down. Ooh, I can't believe I stole that. I gotta sack my boy again, but unfortunately that's a necessary sacrifice at this point. Alright, well good news, bad news. Junior died a couple times and we lost our goal zone. The good news is we're getting our stacks. We got a kill on their mid, that's pretty big. If my guy will let me get some freaking farm, I could probably be useful, but you know, I suppose that's neither here nor there. Hello, I am now the idiot dropping into your lives to wreak havoc. Let us enjoy each other's company. Oh man, it's getting a lot of focus. Sorry, I got quiet there for a minute. I was just focusing so hard on what I was doing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, meta talk. Yeah, Blastoise, as you can see, is actually really going now. He's not as, I don't think he's as good as he was when he was broken, but he's way better than when they nerfed him. Like, they actually buffed him pretty substantially, which is good, because they really nerfed him pretty hard. Like, I get it, when they nerfed him, he deserved it. He had committed many war crimes against attackers across the lands, just chasing them down, soloing them at every stage of the game. But I mean, you don't have to put my boy down, you know? In any case, this game I feel like our lineup is pretty good scaling and pretty decent decision game as well, so if we can just hold our pants together at the difficult period, I think we'll be alright. Because we had a rough time with lanes, it seems. Alright, we're recovering a bit. There we go. Let's get one of these Reggies now. Give them a goose egg to worry about. You go hit, dude. I got it. Oh, whatever. Alright, we all know what to do, right? We're going bottom. That's the meta now. Alright. Let's score these points and think more about what else is good right now. The champ is buffed, but I don't think he's that good. Like I said, Mamoswine got nerfed, although he's still pretty solid, it seems. Dragonite nerfed, but again, still solid in games where he's good. I will say of Dragonite in particular, I feel like he's always been a very draft-specific Pokemon, in that certain drafts he'll do very well against, and many other drafts he'll do very poorly against. So it's sort of like you have to wait and see late in the... Like, if you have last pick, or second to last pick, that's a good time to pick Dragonite if it's a good Dragonite game. But otherwise, it's kind of rough, because you pick it early on, they just pick up the stuns, and then you're done for, you know? And I'm pretty sure Darkrai just freaking owns Dragonite, like, just in theory. So I'm not sure that's a, you know, good pick to have on the table when this Darkrai Pokemon is prowling around. But in any case... Machamp, I think he's actually still bad. They keep buffing him. I don't think it's like a what the moves do thing. I think it's a numbers thing. Like, the numbers just aren't good on Dynamic Punch or the other one, just in terms of like how you want abilities like this to function. And they like keep tweaking like minor things that don't really affect that well enough, you know? Like, Machamp actually scales really well in the late game. The problem is his early and mid game both just suck ass, so it's like really hard to get where you want to be. Can we kill some people finally? Yes, there we go. Good boys. Alright, perfect. Alright, we kill this thing now. What else is going on right now? So, just general thoughts about the game in general, aside from the meta-specific stuff. They have this new item, right? This Goal Zone Hacker. I guess this is where I realized when I listen to the podcast. I'm just going to random now. But I've been trying it, right? Just to test and see like if it's good or not, because I like to try new things if, you know, there's a chance it could be good. But this one has been really, like, not impressive. Every time I've used it, I felt like I shouldn't have. Like, I would have gotten more if I had just not. Oh, score, buddy, score. Oh, you're supposed to score. Whatever. We got it there. That's how you push as a Ho-Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know how. What else am I talking about right now? But yeah, it's got a 90-second cooldown, right? So already any battle item, the longer the cooldown, the worse it becomes, just by virtue of the fact that you can use it less times in the game. The game is 10 minutes long, so you can just math it, and it's like, if you use these items off cooldown, which you're never going to do, you only have so many uses. Assuming you're only using it in useful cases, it's like maybe half the length of the actual cooldown. It's like, you're probably not using it a ton. Anyway, like XP, you maybe use like, I use it pretty aggressively. I use it like 6 or 7 times a game, maybe. This will only use it like 4 or 5 times a game, which is pretty reasonable. Same with the eject button, it's like 3 or 4 times a game, pretty reasonable. But Goal Hacker, it's like the number of situations you want to use it in is already pretty narrow, and then on top of that, it's got a really long cooldown. So you'll get one good use of it in lane, maybe, and then from then onwards, it's like a toss-up whether you'll ever have it off cooldown and be on a goal, or be anywhere near anything you want to do and like be ready to use it. It's just really awkward. I don't like it as an item. I wish I could have waited longer because I don't have my thing yet. I don't think I'm going to get it here. Whoa! Alright. Gotta play, keep away for a while. Oh! I couldn't even press it. Oh, I tried so hard. That was a tough one. My teammates are all very angry at each other. I seem to beat them. Maybe they're angry at me, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing pretty good this game, actually. I've held a lot of walls, I've done a lot of damage, and I have the second most KOs with 2 other damage dealers. It's like, pretty rough. I don't know. I've been enjoying the game a lot lately, though. I feel like it's in a pretty good spot. I like that there's still, buffing Pokemon when they need to, and buffing Pokemon when they need to. Because they're not always, like, obviously they're going to intentionally buff the power level of things as they're released to try to push sales. So obviously they can't, like, do away with power creep entirely, because they have a business model and they're just going to stick to it. That's pretty self-evident. For better or for worse, that is how the game works. Everything's broken on release if it can be. So it's nice that they're nerfing stuff like pretty relatively frequently and buffing stuff. I would like them to continue to do that and just to gather data as they've been doing to be able to do that, because a lot of the play data that goes on in High Master Rank is really helpful, I think, for making decisions and stuff like, what do the numbers say? What's the win rate of this build? What is this build capable of? And when you look at stuff like Unite API, it's really encouraging too, because the numbers there encourage the same thing. It's like, the point being, the developers of the game are gathering the same evidence and reaching the same conclusions as the players are, in that whenever there's a trend of things being broken, those things are definitely broken. It's not just player perception, it's actually like, there is evidence to support it. Oh, it was a great example where they nerfed it, and I gotta just show you this real quick, guys. It's actually crazy. So we lost this game, pretty rough, but, what can you say? Just didn't have enough, like, we had a lot of damage, but it's like, look at these numbers. It's like, he barely did more than me. He's like, okay, you're a tank, you're fine, but like, what is this, Gravestone, you let me down, buddy. I was talking him up at the beginning, and then he just, I don't know, shat the bed. Anyway. But I wanna brag for a minute while I got you here. While you're watching whatever this video is. Watch this. Current season data. This is after nerf. Ho-Oh, 57% win rate. This Pokemon is so broken. Actually, we just scroll the win rate real quick, and that'll give you an idea of what's been good. And this is mainly before the recent patch, but like to show you what was good in the last patch. So not new patch stuff. This is just for the last patch mainly. But I've been having some rough games on defenders and supporters, not gonna lie. But the ones that are good, the Ho-Oh, that's what you get. That's what you climb with. Ho-Oh carries games. Mime actually isn't bad as a supporter if you like Mime, because the wall build is really, really good against bad players, because you just slam them and they die. Pew! Easy. I have a replay, actually, I want to upload at some point, where I played Mime, and I literally one-shot a full health Venusaur, because I used Confusion on a wall when he already was reduced special defense, and it just killed him. It was awesome. What else has been noteworthy, if anything? Charizard, of course, was very good. Zacian was good. Mewtwo is still very good. I actually am doing pretty good on Venusaur. I only played a few games with him, but I remember them being very solid games. And then everything else is really low representation, so it doesn't really matter. Pikachu, this is not the last patch. This is like the patch before that, I think. I haven't played Pikachu a lot at all in this patch. I played him a little recently, and he's very good. Just to affirm, I'll play him next game if we get him. I'll do one more game, and then I'll close this video. I don't really know what this is. Just sort of a rambling thing to have something on YouTube to breathe life into this channel that I made to store replays and educational content and other crap. So, you know, if you want to suggest content or you have an idea of what you would like to see on the channel, let me know in the comments. I've thought about doing stuff like tier list videos, like, you know, talking over patch notes, meta-analysis, you know, more definitely want to do more guides. I did a Ho-Oh guide that was basically just me rambling while I was high. I want to do an actual, like, effort put in Eldegoss guide. That's going to be really cool because Eldegoss is my favorite Pokemon and is, I think, easily the best supporter in the game and will continue to be unless they severely nerf it, which they're not going to. Like, I'm totally fine with. Eldegoss is in a very great spot and does not need to be nerfed, and it's actually very fair. I don't think it's broken. I just think it's, like, very, very good at what it does, and it's very flexible. Anyway, though, that's not the point of what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is, if you have suggestions for content, let me know. I would be glad to hear them. If you want to watch you know, more gameplay footage like this, it's just me talking, I could do that. I could also do streams. I've done one in the past on like Twitch. Oh, sorry, I'm just a little gassy right now. That's what you get, man, with these just rambling videos, is you get the real me. Alright, what are we doing? That's the guy who knows the truth. I think I played against him before, and he's really good at Eldegoss, so... Either that or he's really bad. I wouldn't remember unless it was one or the other. Well, I want to play more Snorlax. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I'm going to do it. So, for those that don't know, new Snorlax, the Flail is like really, really good with Flail Plus. You can do Muscle Band and Rapid Fire Scarf and an Emblem build that maxes your attack speed, and you just like can 1v1 anyone once you're like 11 onward. Between Block or Yawn, and then of course Heavy Slam is still a fine move if you prefer that. I prefer this still, but I'm trying Flail a lot because I want to see how good it is, because it might end up being better than Heavy Slam now, but I still think Heavy Slam's fine. And then Block and Yawn, honestly, it's pick your poison. Block gives you a nice shield, and the effect some players seem to like. I think it's very mediocre and very narrow in its application. Yawn is much more versatile. It's a potential kill threat just because you're stunned for so long. Yawn is really good, and they made it better, so it's like, wow, so nice. No EXP shares, so... Oh, just I guess I'll give some general tutorial advice and gameplay now. I'll make this last game somewhat educational. And that's another thing I want to do, is educational content, so let me know if you like that. In any case, by educational I mean like for Pokemon Unite, not life, you know. Not real education. But in terms of Pokemon Unite education, what I can say is... Oh wait, he has an EXP share. I'm an idiot. Crap. I'm not paying attention. You only want one EXP share. You don't want more than one, because it's very diminishing returns on its effects. The reason it's good with one is because you'll usually always have one Pokemon who's like the lowest XP the entire game. And they're usually the one that's going to end up with the EXP share, so it's like, that makes sense, you know, and that's fine. Because it'll help them consistently stay sort of relevant with their team and be helpful. And also you just help people get last hits to help them farm continually throughout the entire game. But if you have two people with it, it's like neither one of them is going to get the full benefit of it at any given time. So it's not very good in that sense, because only one of them can have the lowest XP on the team, right? So they're constantly like flip-flopping each other. One will get more than the other. So I think my consensus on items, held items for helper Pokemon, that is supports and defenders, only one XP share between them. So the item screen, if you see your teammate doesn't have an EXP share, like you're a defender, they're a supporter, then you should equip one, and if they do, you shouldn't. That's my general takeaway. I'm not sure if attack weight is better than Drain Crown. It probably is, but I like Drain Crown because it gives you a little more staying power early on. Not a whole lot, but it lets you heal your way back up more naturally before 11. So like I said, 11 is the power spike of this build. So you actually are pretty weak for the mid-game, or at least the earlier part of the mid-game. Post lane, not great yet, but you love it when people feed. That really helps you get there faster. Hello there, Cramorant. You're alone now. Although I don't think we want to fight him. I think I'd much rather just hit this thing. This is one of those cases where we already have our farm secure. We don't need to do stupid crap to try to get more out of the map, you know? I'm gonna move up a little bit since we have a Scizor here. Let's be our eyes of our team. I don't need to do anything crazy yet. Cramorant's in the bush up there. His little baby friend is nearby, of course. Yep, just like that. Scizor, you're supposed to be here, buddy. We're killing this guy. Dude, that's a letdown. I feel like he just farmed and then left. But whatever, we got our thing. We're not even stacking these games. I don't need to be aggressive at scoring. I just like to be aggressive if I can be, you know? It's like, it's one of those things, if you're able to play strong, then why not? Farming is like what you do when you're weak, and killing is what you do when you're strong. You know, you're an herbivore if you're trying not to die. You're a carnivore if you're trying to kill someone. Then look at that. Look at that damage output. So Flail's damage output is obviously much better now. But to top it off, I made Flail Plus. It used to be... So it still is the same thing in that it gives you HP when you hit people. It's like a really, like, super powered Drain Crown. It's really cool. But they, like, made it way better at that. So, like, if you're just 1v1ing a guy and he can't get away from you, you'll kill him. Guaranteed. Like... Level 15 Snorlax versus any other Pokemon, you will just kill them. I even 1v1'd the Dragonite earlier. Not today, but like yesterday or sometime. That was pretty awesome. Dragonite's supposed to be the 1v1 champ, and then Snorlax came up and whooped him. This is why I full heal, he didn't. By the way, full heal is the best item on any right-click melee Pokemon. No questions about it. Let's see, what else? Here we are. Oh, he just barely got away. Hello, I am the turd that has dropped into your life. You cannot escape. Alright, well, we killed the... We didn't get the Reggie even? I thought we did. No. I was trusting my Ninetales. I should have just done it myself. I think it was foolish to trust him because I've not been impressed with anyone on my team yet this game. Although I'm not doing too great either, but... It's one of those games. It's a little rough for everybody, I think. I just think... I don't think that it's like I'm doing horribly. I just think there's not been too many opportunities where it's like things are going our way for us to be able to accomplish anything. But maybe here we can knock out this goal zone. Or at least score some points. We can't knock it out, but we can sure as hell kill this guy. Alright, we can't kill that guy. Or maybe I can score this thing. Okay, I can score that thing. Alright, we got what we want. Let's leave. Let's not die. I hate dying. Alright, they've already taken those. Woo. Need y'all's help. There's a crazy man running around. Taking a nap. And now we turn on him, baby! Woo! That's why the Snorlax build is good, by the way. Is you heal up, and then you just 1v1 two of them at once. You 1v2. Oh man, even though we're losing, we're still having a decent Snorlax game. That's what gives me hope that we can win this. It's not my teammates, it's me. I am the champion here. As a matter of fact, anyone who has less than 2 KOs can take the muzzle. You're not pulling your weight around here, kids. I mean, Scizor and Ninetales are my friends, by that logic. Okay. That was good space buying. I just wanted to kill the Dragapult and buy time for the Reggie to not be able to go anywhere. My teammates can easily back up now. We can easily defuse this bomb. I waited too long to engage, but I didn't really think it was worth engaging. That's sort of why I waited as long as I did. My thought process was, the odds of us getting this with our current map position is very low, so I'm not going to die trying to and then make it impossible to defend. I'm just going to let them have it and then jump in right after when they're like still just having finished that and they're not ready to fight. Oh, friends, friends! Look at them. Oh, they were all grouped up. We could have killed everybody for the other team. We're a little slow, this team. We're a little dopey, this team. This, Blaziken and Mew are not very good at what they're doing. I gotta be honest. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of support Mew, but this support Mew is not cutting it. This Snorlax is gonna have to do a lot of work this last fight. I need to farm out between now and Rayquaza. That's something to recognize in games like this, is when do I need to start farming to scale? And it's in games where it's like you look at the scoreboard and you're tied for second most KO. It's like, okay, well, I have a damage dealer who's not dealing damage enough to kill people more than me. And then I have a support attacker who's also not killing people, so what the heck, guys? I have to sort of do everything, you know? And when that's the case, that's when you need to start scaling. You need to really farm and make sure that you're going to be useful later on. Nice. Not worth chasing that. You should just back up. In fact, I just need to heal. I can't defend that or contest Rayquaza if I'm not healed up. I want to get this buff, but there's not time. Ooh, maybe they'll chase me and waste time. That's good. I love when they do that. Come in here. Come in here. Yeah, he knew better. If he came in here, he was going to die. We were going to clown on him. Oh, just back up. Just back up. Don't die to that dumb crap. Don't die to it. Thank you. We just let him waste that. Here I am. The time is now. Oh. They really just ripped they just ripped me apart, didn't they? Wow. I'm gonna have like 12 billion damage taken. This is just a tough game. They have really good scaling in the early game, and we have a Mew who's still not the best. And a Blaziken who didn't do the best. When I said Mew's not the best, I mean like Mew the Pokemon. This guy seemed like he was a decent player, just, you know. They still need to buff Mew, Mew's not good anymore. They didn't, Mew's another one where the nerf was warranted, but they just went overboard. I guess if I had any more thoughts on the game in terms of its balance, I would say they need to stop doing that. If you're gonna nerf something, you can do it sequentially, you know, like nerf it a little bit, and then if it's still not good, nerf it again, and just keep nerfing it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and eventually it'll be fair. That's not even like a meme. I know that sounds like a meme to some people, but like seriously, I think that's perfectly reasonable. Why not? You know? It's like you can release a character and then half a year later it'll be like a fair character and still be fun to play, you know? I think that's totally fine. This game went belly up pretty quick there, didn't it? It was decent early on. I had a couple good fights, but I just couldn't get in there enough. They were like really mobile and really evasive. All their Pokemon are very slippery, hard to keep down. It's a tough game to make this build for Snorlax work. That's why I think it's still not like a top tier defender, but Snorlax is definitely better now. So I enjoyed Snorlax before, so I'm enjoying even more now, but this game is a good example of why Snorlax is not top tier in my opinion. Anyway, I hope this video was enjoyable to you. I'll link the song in the description because it's a nice song, or it's a nice album anyway, I guess, whatever it is. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.